So, signed books. Whether you've been to a convention and you've been blessed with the opportunity to meet several of your favorite authors, or you've purchased them online, or you have friends that are lovely and get them for you and give them to you as wonderful surprise gifts, signed books are a thing that I think in general book lovers aspire to have. What people don't realize about book lovers is that we love to collect things, and books are included in that. And when we build up our shelves and fill them with books, we're collecting little pieces of our soul in physical form and proudly displaying them for all to see. So when you have a signed book, it's more like a treasured possession than just another one of your gadgets, gizmos aplenty, and who's its and what's its galore, if you know what I mean. But of course, we as book lovers always
want more.
Yes, that was a poorly timed Disney reference, but who cares? Today I'm going to be talking about the 3 signed books that I have on my shelf, how I got them, and if there's any interesting story behind them. The first ever signed book that I got was actually an accident. At least I don't know if it was an accident. I had been on Goodreads and I had been looking for recommendations because at the time I was really looking to read a story that had pirates in it or some kind of, 1700s seafaring gentleman. I was very into the trope at the time, and I wanted to see if Christian fiction had anything to offer because I don't really like reading secular fiction. I like being able to have faith in the content I'm reading and, trust that it's not going to go places that I don't want it to go. So one of the books that popped up on Goodreads was Swept to Sea by Heather Manning. So I went to Amazon and ordered it, and it came. And this is what it looks like, and it's amazing. By the way, her next book is coming out very soon. It's the conclusion to this trilogy that this is a part of. This is the first one. The second one is called Carried Home, and the third one is called Tossed Together, and I cannot wait for that book to be released because these are so much fun to read. That's that. But when I opened it up, I went to start reading it, and I discovered that it had a little signature on the bottom. It's nothing fancy, it's nothing personal, it just says blessings, and it has Heather Manning's signature. Heather Manning is a wonderful person, by the way. She's really nice, and she's on YouTube, so you should go search her and subscribe to her channel. But yeah, that was just like a sort of surprise, I guess, that this book it came signed, because I didn't order a signed copy. It wasn't in the description, or at least it wasn't made aware to me that I would get a signed copy. And I'm not sure if it was just a fluke and something that happened by accident that I somehow managed to get an autographed copy, or if I just didn't know what I was doing and ordered one by mistake. But that was the first signed book that I ever got. And, it's not personal, but it was really cool. And I will always have that memory of this book being the first signed book I ever got. The second signed book that I ever got, I've talked about recently. Either that video is out or it's coming out, but it is my Redeeming Love video. And obviously, therefore, the signed book that I have is Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. It's signed on the inside title cover, and it says, "For Jenna, Romans 8:28, and then Francine Rivers' signature. I'm not going to go into detail too much about this one because I do have another video just talking about this book specifically, and I talk about it in that video as well. So you can go and check that out. The third and final signed book that I ever got was this one, and obviously it's called The Heart Between Us by Lindsay Harrell. And I was at Barnes & Noble with my dad, and he was like, "Oh, why don't you pick out a book and I'll buy it for you?" Because he was visiting and he's nice like that. And he's also cool, and he listens to Led Zeppelin, and you all wish my dad was your dad. But, so I picked out this one, and not gonna lie, I pretty much picked this one out just because it had the Barnes & Noble autographed copy sticker on the front cover. And I had no other logical reason for buying this book, other than that it was contemporary, and I wanted to find a contemporary book at the time because it was summer, and because it was autographed, which made it obviously appeal to me more than any of the other non-contemporary, non-autographed books that Barnes & Noble had to offer. So I picked this one up, and I loved it, and I highly recommend that you read it. It's such a cute contemporary read. I really enjoyed it, and it has travel in it, and I think that's adorable. But yeah, I've since connected with the author of this book on Instagram. She's really nice too. You should go follow her, look her up. her book is cool. And that's all I have to say about my autographed books. Those are the 3 autographed books that I own, the only 3 autographed books that I own. I am planning in the future, in probably the next year or next 2 years, to start going to more events. So hopefully that means that I will be able to actually start collecting more autographed books. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Jenna Van Mourik, an inspired writer and an inspirational fiction reader who reads, writes, and lives for Jesus. You can find me on social media at Jenna Van Mourik, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to my blog, www.jennavanmourik.com, where I post book reviews as often as I can read the books to review. All of my other social media links and helpful information about who I am and why you should be subscribed are in the description box below. If you did like this video though, and you are convinced that I'm a cool person, just subscribe right now and hit that little thumbs up bell icon, all the buttons. I'm confused. What? And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!